is coming! Global warming is coming! Spread the alarm to every Middlesex village and farm and town and borough and hamlet. Are there still hamlets? I don't know. Polar ice caps are melting. Water temperatures are rising. We're destroying the planet for future generations. We must act now. Global warming is coming. Global warming is coming.
Get him off that horse.
Is he okay?
Excuse me.
Global warming is coming. Global warming is coming.
We heard you, Larry. Everybody did. In fact, thanks to you, there's going to be a whole show about it in Caesar's Palace.
Really? Caesar's Palace?
Yes, Larry. And your message will be heard throughout the land.
Thank God.
What are you doing?
Huh.
Are you coming on to me?
No, no. No, it was a little cheek graze. It's like my way of saying thank you. It's a thank you.
No, it wasn't. You were coming on to me.
No. You are cradling my head. I mean...
Well, can you believe this guy?
Oh my God! What? What are you talking? You're a showgirl! What about the head cradling? I'm trying to help out here.
Go to hell.
I'm just a messenger, you idiots.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jason Alexander, Jennifer Lewis, and the Global Warming Dancers.
It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot.
It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. I'd like to swarm to my baby tonight and show my form to my baby tonight. I'd like to swarm to my baby tonight and show my form to my baby tonight. Global warming's a problem tonight 'cause it's too darn hot. According to the weather report, all the power plants and the cars, as the population coming up short, soon we'll have to go live on Mars. 'Cause carbon dioxide keeps going up and it's keeping the best of it. We should ban it 'cause the planet can't win. Oh yes, it's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot.
Whenever I step outside, even in December, I wonder why it's so damn hot. And then I remember, yes I do, it's all the crap we put in the air. It's what we put in our cars. How when I put in my hair, it's causing heat wave, making hurricanes grow. It's burning up the ocean and ruining my damn show. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're causing heat waves. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're causing heat waves. Come on, people, there's work to be done, and I'm much too gorgeous to run the sun. We're causing heat waves.
Oh, there's heat waves.
A whole lot of heat waves. Oh, we really gotta stop the heat waves.
Because it's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot.
From Caesar's Palace in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip, it's Earth to America, a star-studded event of global proportions featuring Jason Alexander, Jack Black, Blue Andrew, Cedric the Entertainer, Rob Corddry, Larry David, Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Ferrell, Tom Hanks, Faith Hill, Dustin Hoffman, Eric Idle, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Jennifer Lewis, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Bill Maher, Steve Martin, Tim McGraw, Kevin Nealon, Conan O'Brien, Ray Romano, Martin Short, Ben Stiller, Wanda Sykes, SpongeBob SquarePants, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, and Robin Williams, all on Earth to America. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Hanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Earth to America. As you know, we're coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, the conscience, yes, the conscience of America, as we like to call it. It's where great social movements are born. Las Vegas, where spirituality and altruism are not just empty words, no. They're also a hotel, resort, and casino, but I'm bummed. We have put together a veritable all-star team of comedy and musical talent for your enjoyment here tonight. And just so everyone's clear about the purpose of tonight's program, this is not a fundraiser. This is not a telethon, all right? Thank you, yes. This is not even an award show. Just don't tell few of the people backstage. This is just a simple, star-studded comedy show, but as you may have picked up by now, there is a theme to tonight's program, and to tell us a little bit about what tonight's theme really is, we're going to go to our Earth to America correspondent, Kevin Nealon. Kevin?
Hi, Tom.
There you go. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, where exactly are you?
Well, Tom, I'm on my favorite planet, Earth, or as I like to call it, the Las Vegas of the solar system.
I see. So tell us about the theme of tonight's show there, Kev.
Well, actually, Tom, there is no particular theme, global warming. It's just, funny for the sake of being funny, melting glaciers. I mean, I can't think of anything I hate more than comedy that tries to insert some sort of message, save the planet. I mean, that's bogus.
You know, that's strange, Kevin, because as you're speaking, I somehow seem to be picking up a message in my head.
Don't be ridiculous, Tom. Greenhouse gases. I mean, you're, one of America's greatest actors, overrated, but I have no idea why you would think that, hungover, but whatever.
You know, that's odd, because I could have just sworn you said something about greenhouse gases.
No, but I'm glad you brought that up. I'm just sick and tired of all these panic mongers, bird flu, getting everyone all riled up and everything. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, PMS. And by the way, where are these supposed greenhouse gases coming from, Rush Limbaugh? I mean, come on, give us a break. I think everyone just needs to sit back and relax, bomb shelters, and, let the experts, FEMA, do their jobs, fat chance. Believe me. Congress is looking out for us and is putting plenty of money into the correct channels, Tom DeLay, and we can all rest assured on that. And hey, if we can't believe them, who can we believe, Robert Blake? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin. Kevin Nealon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kevin. Now, as I said, it's not a telethon here tonight, but there actually is one thing we are going to ask you to do, and that is to make your voice heard on the most pressing issue of our day. Join our virtual march by logging on to stopglobalwarming.com. That's one word, and it's hard to say fast. .org. We are such an internet-savvy society. We know the difference between .com and .org. Once again, stopglobalwarming.org. Very good, O-R-G. It's easy, and that way you can add your name to the list of Americans across the country by logging on to express your concern. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Blue Man Group.
Your attention, please. Thank you for choosing Earth as your planetary vehicle. We hope you enjoy the many wonderful features of this planet as you hurtle through the cosmos. Please note, however, that in the event of continued inaction in the face of global warming, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. Also, please take a moment to locate this planet's emergency exits. As you can see, there aren't any. Earth to America. Can you hear? Sending out a message. Loud and clear. Can you hear?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ray Romano.
Thank you. Hey, hello. Thank you very much. Whoa. Whoa. Thank you very much. Great to be here. Great to be in my favorite town. I think it's very appropriate. We're trying to save the world. We're trying to conserve energy in the town that... No. It's the town with the most energy than any other town in the world, really. You can't stop in this place. Las Vegas is the only place in the world where I've actually had to cancel my wake-up call because I hadn't gone to bed yet. Yes. You passed your call. You don't need a wake-up call in this town. You need a go-to-bed call. That's what you need. You just check in. You tell the lady, please, at 7 a.m., just pull up my pants and take me home. I don't want to have my pants down when the sun's up. But you got to chip in. I'm doing the best I can here. I'm doing my share. As soon as I got here, I got a hybrid hooker. Yeah. Oh yeah. Goes much further than a regular hooker. And no guilt. You don't feel guilty. You know how guilty you feel. You pull up in front of the hotel with one of those gas-guzzling hookers. Come on. Wedding chapels every block. Anybody get married here? Did anybody actually go through a thing? Yeah? What kind? Elvis? Did Elvis marry you? No, stop it. How about a drive-through? There's a drive-through. Now that's love to me. That is sweet. Oh, honey, all right, I'll marry you, but I ain't getting out of the car, all right? Staying right where I am. And I want some fries. You know what I love about Vegas is they don't try to hide the fact that they want your money, but they want it fast. As fast as they can get. As soon as you get here. If you flew in, if this is your first trip and you flew in, clap your hands. Okay. All right. You got out of the plane door opens. What's the first thing? It's a slot machine. You're like, hey, where's luggage? You go through here and do this. You know there has to be a case of some guy, some poor slob, saved up all his money, big trip to Vegas, got out of the plane, saw a slot machine, got carried away, wipe out right there. Just lost his whole vacation money. And then that's sad, because then he's got to go down to baggage claim, pick it up, and just put it right back on the rack. I'm going home. I got to go home. I had a bad run at gate 16. It's a horrible machine. The Cinnabon had a good machine, but that one was brutal. I like the moving sidewalks, too. You know the moving sidewalks? I don't know if you've caught on. Only in. Yeah, it's only in. They'll give you the right in. You don't even see it. You know, you're walking, oh, this is a nice day. Oh, wee! Where are we going? Let's see what happens when we get there. Whoa, no clothes, no money. They'll take you in, then turn around and try to get out. Oh, you gotta answer 3 riddles and cross a rope bridge. The biggest kick I get is the cigarette girls that walk around the casino floors, selling those things, selling cigarettes and little novelty items. Yo-yos. Neon yo-yos for sale on the casino floor. Because you never know when a high roller's gonna snap. Hey, can a guy get a yo-yo here? What? What's a guy gotta do to get a yo-yo? I'm not gonna shut up, Vinny. Don't tell me to shut up. I just dropped 20,000. I'd like to walk the dog. Thank you very much for coming and supporting us.
Coming up, Robin Williams, Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Will Ferrell, Cedric the Entertainer, Conan O'Brien, and a special presentation by Leonardo DiCaprio and Dustin Hoffman when Earth to America continues.
Log on to stopglobalwarming.org. Join the virtual march. It'll send an important message, and it won't wear a hole in your shoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben Stiller.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. Guys, I know what you're really thinking. Here comes another Hollywood type trying to make you feel guilty about the environment, and that's wrong. So wrong. You should really look into why you think stuff like that. Because guilt is such a horrible emotion. I mean, just this morning, I was feeling guilty coming into Las Vegas. I was thinking, Ben, who are you to lecture people about conservation? Here you are sitting in a private jet, getting a hot stone massage, which was actually really more of a lukewarm stone massage, but whatever. But, you know, it's this whole jet just for me and the hot stone therapist and the bath butler. And I started to wonder, you know, why am I even going to this stupid thing? You know, and then I got into this whole guilt spiral about, you know, I'm a bad person, I'm a total hypocrite. And then I stopped myself. I said, no, Ben, stop. Just stop. You're a good person, Ben. You're not a bad person. We all do things that harm the environment, but we also do a lot of positive things, too. For example, one time my agent gave me this big basket of candles, and, you know, I already had a ton of candles, so did I just, like, chuck the basket of candles in the garbage? No. I gave them to my assistant. And I didn't make a big deal about it. No publicity, oh, look at Captain Planet doing his big recycling thing. No, I just did it. Just showing a little leadership. See, here's the thing. It's not all black and white. I mean, we're human, you know? And we're always going to have our little conflicts with nature. The other day, there were these cute little hummingbirds outside our window. So I blasted them with the hose. And my wife said to me, hey, Ben, what are you doing? They're just cute little birds just trying to find nectar. And I said, yeah, my nectar. Mine. So it's complicated, you know? I mean, there's no good guys or bad guys here, you know? Hey, can I get a show of hands? How many of you have gone out and collected money for some environmental group, then turned around and spent that money on jewelry? Exactly. See? We've all done it, and it's okay. There's a balance. You move on, you grow. We're God's children. Hey, do you ever drive by one of those Earth Day festivals, you know, with the rainbow kites and the solar-powered bikes and the Zydeco bands, and at first you think, hey, that's really cool. But then you suddenly swerve your car into the crowd just to watch them scream and panic. Yeah, see, we've all done that. And you know something? That doesn't make us bad. Life goes on. Big ball keeps on turning. Because we are what? Greek statues? No. Roman carvings? No. No, we're just flawed, flesh and blood dudes. Just dudes trying to do our best. So don't beat yourself up about this whole global warming thing, okay? I mean, yes, it's serious, but, you know, you guys seem cool. You seem to get it. And, you know, you've already done a lot by just coming out here tonight. So now, can we just sit around waiting for the other guy to fix this thing? I think we kind of have to. I mean, it's his turn, isn't it? So I'm not up here trying to guilt you. I'm just asking you to guilt your family and friends. Thank you very much.
So let me get this straight. You want my clients to stop burning fossil fuels and raising the Earth's climate in the hope of staving off a global catastrophe.
Yep, that is correct.
We've invested a lot of money in the Earth, so technically it's ours. But since we're child-friendly and we're child-positive, and if you drop this ridiculous lawsuit, we're gonna give you an entire year's supply of packaged snacks and candies.
Let me confer with my clients. You hear that? Candy, man. Love this stuff. It sounds like a pretty good deal to me. What do you say?
We're talking about the future of the planet here. These guys are plundering the Earth and heating up the ocean. The Arctic's melting, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
End of meeting. Gentlemen, we will not be bought off by your delicious chocolate candies.
All right, we're gonna provide you with some free entertainment that we know you're just gonna love. The Conkleheads.
Hey, we're the Conkleheads.
The Conkleheads.
Let's have some fun. Hey there, kids, time to have some fun. Forget your worries, let's enjoy the sun. Mother Nature's so strong. She's got it all going on.
No! This offer's insulting! No! No!
All right, we're going to give every one of you a mini bumblebee.
What? These are awesome. Hello? You guys, you can check the scores. And it's a camera. Say cheese. Say cheese. You gonna give us toys and funny singing Gila monsters? No way. Do you know what my clients might be giving up? The Earth. You wanna ruin a planet? Go to Jupiter or Uranus. Global warming is people. It's people. It's their future in the balance. The Earth is not something we will negotiate. We will not settle. We will not settle! Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cedric the Entertainer.
Hey. All right, what's going on, everybody? All right. I'm glad to be here. You know, I came out here, I didn't, you know, as a black man, I didn't know what the hell was going on. We're not really into the environment like that and anything, you know. They explained to me it was global warming, you know, and I was like, okay, this sounds like some white folk stuff right here. That's what we gonna do, walk around and hand out blankets to people and everything. Global warming, happy global warming. I don't know. I know, I am into recycling a little bit. I mean, my family, we have been into recycling. We have handed down a set of bunk beds at least 4 generations, I know that. Little wood and pine bunk beds, here you go. Give them to Gloria. I think her kids could use them. It's good, man. It's good to be in Vegas, too. I mean, this makes sense to be in a place so decadent about saving the world, Vegas, you know. I mean, you can be in Vegas and not even know it was a sun. That's what I'm talking about. Walk outside like, ah! It don't matter. You know, I'm up 3,700 already, so, you know, and that's money. Money is paper. Paper come from trees. I'm trying to help. It's all contribution, people. No, it's rough, too. I mean, we living in some wild times. You think about the gas. Gas is too high. Gas is so high, I don't even drive sometimes. You see me on the freeway, I'm on one of them little Razor scooters. Just go around. I'm in the diamond lane. You think about it, though, people always talk about these things like we messed up the earth and we can't go back. We can't go back. We have to, as a group of people, we have to fix this thing. We can't go back. We have to, you know, because there's no way we can, you know, we have cars, we have several cars, we have Hummers and trucks and SUV. We can't go back to the good old days, people. You just can't, you can't think about it as like, hey, I'm gonna run to the mall. You wanna go with me? Like, no, you sure? All right, I'll be right back. Ha! Imagine we all rode horse and buggies nowadays, man. Rush hour traffic be so backed up, man. And smelly. People still be on their cell phones. They won't give up their cell phone, be riding a horse. Like, yeah. No. I know the gas prices are really high. Gas so high this year, that was my Halloween outfit. I dressed up as a gas pump. Now, the little kids didn't get it, but all the parents was like, oh my God, Lord, you scared me. I had like 385 on me just walking around. Just, oh my God. You know, it did affect me though, this global warming thing. I found out what it was. I got online, I Googled it, and I checked it out. And you know, it's like, you know, the gases from the sun get inside the earth and then it's trapped and the heat keeps warming up the earth. We keep getting hotter. You know, so basically, we're making ourselves, we like a big bag of microwave popcorn in here, people. We're eventually gonna start popping. I'm like the kernel that didn't pop, you know what I'm saying? Spread it around, it'll get to you, it'll get to you. It's okay, it's all right. You know, I was affected by it directly though, you know, like the fires happened, you know, in California, and the fires start going on, and I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and we had to evacuate. And we all rushed from our homes to the Four Seasons and sat by the pool and watched our heavily insured homes become in peril. Oh my God, how much do I have that insured for? Is that a... Burn! I just made $4 million. No. Hey, that's my time. I appreciate it, folks. I hope y'all had a good time over here. Save the earth.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Conan O'Brien. You want to know how big this global warming crisis is? Let me tell you. It's so big, my network, NBC, has decided to make a made-for-TV movie about global warming. That's true. It's going to be huge. The casting for the movie is top secret, but I just got my hands on it. If you like, I could spill the beans right now. Check it out. Okay, it's a great cast. They'll all be portraying all the key players in the global warming debate. For instance, UN Secretary General Kofi Annan will be played by Morgan Freeman. I think that's good casting. Senator John McCain will be played by Tim Conway. Excellent casting. Head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Steve Johnson, will be played by Ed McMahon. White House aide Karl Rove will be played by Boss Hogg. This is... British Prime Minister Tony Blair will be played by Rowan Atkinson. Rocker and activist Bono will be played by Nicole Richie. Vice President Dick Cheney will be played by the Penguin. And finally, President George Bush will be played by Ralph Wiggum.
American astronaut Al Worden had this to say when he got to the moon. Now I know why I'm here. Not for a closer look at the moon, but to look back at our home, the Earth.
In another corner of the world, astronaut Phan Tuam from Vietnam had a similar experience. During the 8 days I spent in space, I realized that mankind needs height, primarily to better know our long-suffering Earth, to see what cannot be seen close up, not just to love her dearly, but also to ensure that we do not bring the slightest harm to the natural world.
And as astronauts and cosmonauts shared their unique perspectives, they became linked by a common bond, a sense, in their own words, that they had gone into space as technicians and returned as humanitarians. Astronaut Sultan bin Salman Al Saud of Saudi Arabia observed, "The first day or so we all pointed to our countries. The third or fourth day we were pointing to our continents. By the fifth day we were aware of only one Earth, indescribably beautiful with the scars of national boundaries gone."
From the USSR astronaut Alexander Alexandrov's words, "We were flying over America, and I suddenly saw the first snow we ever saw from orbit. I have never visited America, but I imagine the arrival of winter is the same there as in other places. And then it struck me that we are all children of the Earth. It doesn't matter what country you look at, we are all Earth's children, and we should treat her as our mother." And the man who holds the record for the farthest distance a human has traveled from Earth, Apollo 13 Commander Jim Lovell, said,
"When I circled the moon and looked back at the Earth, my outlook on life and my viewpoint of Earth changed. You don't see Las Vegas, Boston, or even New York. You don't see boundaries or people, no whites or blacks, Christians, Jews, or Muslims. The Earth looks completely uninhabited, and yet you know that on Spaceship Earth, there live over 6 billion astronauts, all seeking the same things from life. We are all the crew of Spaceship Earth. And just like Apollo, the crew must work and learn together and manage the resources of this world with new imagination. The future is up to you."
Up next, Faith Hill, Rob Corddry, stand-up comedy from Bill Maher. And still to come, Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, Eric Idle, and Larry David, when Earth to America returns. And now, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw with a special holiday message.
Hi, I'm Faith Hill. And if you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift for that special someone, let me tell you about my latest album, A Climate Change Christmas. A wonderful compilation of all your favorite Christmas carols in one environmentally unfriendly package. You'll hear me and my global warming chorus sing such timely tunes as Jingle Bells.
Watching glaciers melt in my big Humvee, I guess I should have known the strength of 1 degree. As the oceans rise and shores begin to flood, we'll be spending all our time digging out of mud.
Deck the halls,
Deck the halls with hexafluorides, fa la 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 la. Smell the sulfurs and the chlorides, fa la 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 la.
And many, many others.
Up on the housetop breaking laws is a pantless Santa Claus. Down to his boxers, just one zip. Heat was the cause of his weather strip. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 windmills turning,
11 hydro turbines,
10 solar panels,
9 natural fibers,
8 pounds of compost,
7 seas a sparkling,
6 planted forests,
5 hybrid cars,
4 spotted owls, 3 ice floes, 2 biofuels, and a Japanese Kyoto Protocol.
And if you order now, we'll throw in a climate change Easter, a climate change Thanksgiving, and a climate change Hanukkah. So from all of us here at Earth to America, have a happy holiday.
We wish Superman would save us. We wish Superman would save us. But since Superman can't save us, let's get off our wrists.
Gas prices have climbed 25% compared to last year.
These days, when you squeeze the pump, it's more like the pump is squeezing you. And that's deadly serious for consumers.
With prices this high, innocent Americans are suffering. For people like you and me, filling up can easily cost $700.
Gotta fill up again? Are Americans partly to blame for this problem? It may sound absurd. But some think so.
Kit Hodges of Transportation Alternatives says high gas prices are sending us a message.
Americans are really crying out for a change right now. They're frustrated with high road prices. Kids who no longer bike or walk to school anymore.
Yeah. Bikes are great. Listen, 3 billion red Chinese can't be wrong, right? I gotta roll this up because I'm letting the AC out, but it was really nice talking to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Maher.
Hey, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get what conservatives or rich people, or whoever it is that's agnostic about the environment, I don't get what they don't get about you're going to die too. You know, the short-sightedness. I talk to people, and they didn't even contest it. You tell them things. All the animals are migrating northward. The glaciers are shrinking. The oceans are not just warmer, but they're more acidic. Yeah, but the weekend's going to be nice. And they get away with it because they're so much better at manipulating us. They're better at words and language. They're better at pictures and images. They can make good things seem scary and scary things seem good. They have emptied the treasury to give money in tax breaks to their rich friends who don't need it, but they call it tax relief. Relief. Puts you in mind of unbuckling your belt for a good postprandial fart after Thanksgiving, doesn't it? It's relief. Oh, tax relief. They're good at that. The Democrats are bad at it. Global warming. Sounds nice. Global warming. What's a warmer word than warm? They should call it something really scary like climatia. That's what we need, some of that. I read that the Earth used to have 19% oxygen in its atmosphere, and now it has 9%. Now, I know that's not a fact you'll find in the Bible. And I know it's not something we should really care about, like activist judges or boys kissing. But maybe it matters a little. Folks, it could affect Tom and Katie. The atmosphere is our most vulnerable point. It absorbs 95% of the Earth's energy, acting like a giant mirror, and 40% of it is gone. When I heard that, I said, honey, that sounds important. And I'm not even married. I just felt so alone at that moment. I had to reach out to somebody. Because I have a president who thinks that Kyoto is that guy his father threw up on in Japan. You know, I hear numbers from this administration like 2018. We will reduce mercury emissions in the air by 70% by 2018. Shut up about 2018. Are you crazy? Fix it now, not 2018. Even if it does, sin of all American sins, impose a cost on business. Yes, that's called the cost of doing business. Now, I know, and as Americans, we love to vote our pocketbook, but small suggestion, next time, vote your lungs, vote your kidneys, vote your gallbladder, vote the organs that are going to have to process all the toxic crap that is in the food, the water, the air, and the pharmacy. Vote your grandkids' DNA. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out for this.
I'm off to work at the Krusty Krab, frying up patties and blabbity-blab. Huh? That's new. Strange place to park a car. What's this for?
SpongeBob! You're wasting me precious carbon dioxide!
Carbon dioxide?
I'm pumping it into the atmosphere, boy! Thanks to global warming, the temperature will soon go through the roof, and then we'll have an endless summer.
Why do you want an endless summer, Mr. Krabs?
So I can open my latest money-making venture, the Krusty Pool!
But what about winter sports, Mr. Krabs?
Forget winter, boy. We're talking suntanning, hanging tan, and swimming all year long!
The endless summer does sound fun.
And profitable?
Fun and profitable! Big business does it again! I just wish it could be the endless summer right now. Hey!
Oh, umbrellas are $3, sir. Oh, what a bargain. I'll give you 5. What the? Barnacles, it suddenly got very warm in here. Who turned up the heat? SpongeBob, what are you doing?
Just throwing another tire on the fire for global warming, Mr. Krabs. Hey, look! It's working! The entire town is heading this way to cool off.
You mean payoff? Hurry, SpongeBob! Fill the pool! Fill the pool!
Aye, sir.
Have your money ready, folks. The line starts here. Where's everybody going?
We're all moving north. We can't live here anymore. It's too hot.
All me customers have moved to cooler climates.
Look on the bright side, Mr. Krabs. There won't be a line to go in the pool. Cannonball! Ouch.
Coming up next, Larry David, and a special performance from Tom Hanks, Eric Idle, and Steve Martin. And still to come, Will Ferrell, Martin Short, stand-up comedy from Wanda Sykes and Robin Williams when Earth to America returns.
I beg you, log on to stopglobalwarming.org and join the virtual march. Trust me, nobody has pooped on the Earth more than I have.
The category, George W. Bush Solutions for Global Warming. Global warming. Number 10, NASA mission to turn down the sun's thermostat. Number 9, federal subsidies to boost production of Cool Ranch Doritos. Number 8, fast-track Rumsfeld colonized Neptune proposal. Number 7, convene Blue Ribbon Committee to explore innovative ways of ignoring the problem. Number 6, let Hillary worry about it when she takes over. Number 5, I don't know, tax cuts for the rich. Number 4, give the boys at Halliburton $90 billion contract to patch hole in ozone. Number 3, switch to Celsius, so scorching 98 degrees becomes frosty 37. Number 2, keep plenty of Bud on ice. Now you're talking. And the number 1, George W. Bush solution for global warming, invade Antarctica.
Before I introduce our next act, I think it's appropriate to remind everyone that in 1964, Ed Sullivan introduced to a national television audience 4 mop-top lads from Liverpool who would soon become musical icons and sex symbols for a generation. This is going to be nothing like that. Please welcome the Too Warm Trio.
Thank you, boy. Warm out here, isn't it? Is it warm?
Very warm.
Is it me or what? I don't know.
It's hot. It's too hot.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're the Too Warm Trio. This is Tom Hanks, who, of course, needs no introduction.
Thank you again. Thank you. This, of course, is Steve Martin, who needs no introduction.
And this is Eric Idle.
Eric Idle hails from London, England, where he was part of the original Monty Python TV comedy troupe. He's made a number of feature-length motion pictures, and recently scored a big splash as the writer and co-composer of the Broadway hit Spamalot, Eric Idle.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Normally, at a show like this, we would try to do something funny.
Yes, we would try to. Yes.
You know, for example, we'd come on and I would typically do a setup.
And I would do a punchline.
And I would do the topper.
I would wait for the laugh to die and I would do another setup.
And I would do another punchline.
Another topper.
And then, if it's going well, like this, I do a third setup.
I do a third punchline.
And bingo, topper.
But not tonight.
No, not tonight.
Because tonight is just too serious.
Yes, tonight the world is facing a problem of epic proportions.
That's right. When we, the Too Warm Trio, think of the young women around the world without the proper fitting bras. Our hearts, literally...
Steve, that was last night.
And what is tonight? I'm sorry?
Tonight is global warming.
Ah. And we are for or against? I forgot now.
We are very much against it.
Ah. Well, I can switch. I'm now against it. I'm against it.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Not that bra thing isn't a very big problem. It's a tough one. Yeah.
You know, I guess the Too Warm Trio is not really known for chat.
No.
What we're really known for is playing instrumental bluegrass songs. So, we'd like to play a little song called Tin Roof. And Tom, who wrote this song? I forgot.
This was composed by Steve Martin, Steve.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Normally at this point in the show, we would do an encore. But not tonight.
No, not tonight, really.
Not tonight. No.
Because tonight is just too serious.
No, it's just, yes, too serious. Quiet for now. No.
Oh,
No. Frankly, look, I don't have another song in me. What with all the environmental problems we face as a people.
Yes, like global warming, which I'm now so against, which, as you know.
Yes. And it's not just that. There's plenty of other environmental challenges.
Boy, you're telling me.
I mean, there's pollution from fossil fuel
That's
use.
right.
Yes.
And the climate changes
that lead to all sorts of things like
fiercer hurricanes.
Right,
you have
yes,
that problem.
The loss of the polar ice cap.
That's right.
Course.
And sometimes the weekly box office is not just what you want it to be.
Right. Yes, that's true. Not what would you want it to be.
You know, what I always do is I always remember this little bit of advice.
What is that,
What's
Eric?
that, Eric Idle?
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's revolving at 900 miles an hour. That's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned the sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day. In an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of a galaxy we call the Milky Way.
Our galaxy itself contains 500 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 6,000 light years thick, but out by us, it's just 1,000 light years wide.
We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions and billions in this amazing and expanding universe. Itself keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz. As fast as it can go at the speed of light, you know.
12 million miles a minute?
And that's the fastest speed there is. So remember when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth. And pray that there's intelligent life somewhere out in space, 'cause there's bugger all down here on Earth.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to introduce one of the great, what do you call him? He's not a comedian, he's a comic artist. Stylist, a comic humorist, would you say?
I would say he was a humorist.
Yes, okay. And he's perhaps the greatest comic of, not my generation or yours, but some others. Some other generation.
One to come.
One to come.
Yes.
And here he is, Larry David.
Thank you so much. Your enthusiasm offends me. Please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you tonight a new man. All right, that's being a little optimistic. But I say that because after a lifetime of indifference to nature, I have changed. I am now a full-fledged, committed activist. How could such a transformation take place? How did I go from being Larry David, radical narcissist, to Larry David, radical environmentalist? Let me give you some background. I grew up in Brooklyn. Of all the wonders and pleasures that exist in nature, none of them could be found in Brooklyn. The only grass I ever saw was on the divider of the Belt Parkway. There were no flowers, just artificial ones. Every apartment had artificial flowers. People took great pride in their artificial flowers. And fruit, let's not leave out the fruit. Anything fake. We love good fake things. The greatest compliment you could give somebody was to mistakenly pick up a piece of their artificial fruit and take a bite out of it. That made their day. But I couldn't smell a real flower anyway. I was born with the ability to only smell disgusting things. I never smell anything pleasant, ever. You can shove a lilac up my nose and I wouldn't smell it. But urine and BO I can smell from 3 blocks away. And Brooklyn was not wanting for disgusting odors. Bus fumes, garbage, cigarette smoke. Everybody in Brooklyn smoked, even 9-year-olds. The whole borough was hacking and coughing and spitting. There was phlegm everywhere. It was flying at you from every direction, out of windows, cars, anywhere you walked. You had to keep ducking so you wouldn't get hit. It was like a shooting gallery. And of course, needless to say, there were no animals in my life. My mother hated animals, all of them. If she had her way, she would kill every living animal on the planet. She looked at extinction as a good thing. When an animal was put on the endangered species list, she went out and got drunk. Let them all die. Who needs them? What good are they doing? There was nothing in nature we appreciated. Sunsets were mocked. The moon in particular held no fascination for anyone. I don't think I ever heard anyone even use it in a sentence. Anyway, whatever harm's been done to the environment, and I know there's been a lot, it's never really affected me personally in any way. That is until a few months ago. The first thing that happened was I noticed something on my face, and it turned out to be a benign skin cancer, which was caused by ozone depletion on me. All right, you know, it was benign. Of course, when people noticed the bandage and asked me what happened, you know, I told them it was cancer. I played it up a bit. It's the first time anyone's felt sorry for me since they published my income 8 years ago. When you have money, the only way you can get any sympathy at all is to say you have cancer. You could lose a limb, no one would care. Only when they know you're gonna die do you get anyone feeling sorry for you. And even then, some people don't. Serves them right, the rich prick. And that's what I am now, a rich prick. Prick always follows the word rich. If you're rich, you're a prick. Just the way schmuck always follows the word poor. So I went from a poor schmuck to a rich prick without hardly any transition at all. I was a poor schmuck longer than I've been a rich prick. Frankly, I'm not that much happier as a prick than a schmuck. I never thought I'd become a prick. Neither did my friends. They said, he'll never be a prick. And then boom, I'm a prick. Now I have all new friends. All pricks. You know, schmucks call me from time to time. I say, I can't talk to you, I'm a prick. So I had the skin cancer. Okay, it was benign. They took it off. Not terrible. I'm okay. My life goes on. But then, a few weeks after that, I was reading the newspaper when something caught my eye. And what I read has changed my life and brought me to this stage tonight. I'll sum it up in one word. Tuna. That's right, my friends. Tuna. I read that there's mercury in tuna, and it's just not safe to eat it anymore. Oh, sure, there's mercury in a lot of other fish, but I don't care about those other fish. I care about tuna. What am I supposed to have for lunch? I've been ordering tuna for lunch every day since I was 10 years old. This has been the only decision of my life that I can make every day with any degree of certainty and feel good about it. And I was a tuna connoisseur. I could tell the difference between Bumblebee and Starkist. I made my own, me in the kitchen, chopping and dicing. I had my own recipe with pickles and peppers. Oh, sure, there's been peanut butter every now and then, but that's only when tuna's not available. I couldn't eat peanut butter every day, and I can't eat BLTs or grilled cheese because of the cholesterol. Now the lunch decision is the hardest decision of my day. It's painful, painful. Nobody wants to eat with me. The other day, a waiter asked me what I was having. I said, whatever. So I appeal to all of you to do whatever you can to clean up this planet. So one day, in the not too distant future, I can once again sit down at a restaurant and say, a tuna sandwich on whole wheat toast with lettuce and tomato. Hold the mayo.
When we return, stand-up comedy from Robin Williams and Wanda Sykes, a performance by Tim McGraw, plus Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, next on Earth to America. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Williams on the State of the Earth.
It's the end! I don't know what's happening. There are temperatures in places that no one can predict. Even Nostradamus is going, New Dealer! What we'd like to do is show you some of the creatures out there that have been made by some of the toxin pollutants that have allowed them to become totally different. Look at this one here. Frog with a Velcro tongue.
I'd like to talk about the new, well, I like to call it my lipo car. It runs off a small liposuction pump that you hook into fat kids. Clean coal is a bit like a porous condom. At least the intention was there. You know, we are the only country in the world to sink a Greenpeace boat. Who is the badass, huh? Who is the badass? That's why I'm here to tell you, we're offering you the new Bradley fighting vehicle in a home model. How many times have you wanted to create a parking space? Well, now, thanks to the Bradley fighting vehicle with the twin 50s on the roof, Mom opens up with incendiary rounds, you've got yourself a parking space. Kids pile out the back. Both of you, head towards the frozen foods. Mom will cover you from the roof. Stay with her. Get that. 5 cases of water. Move. Your mother and I didn't have water. We had to take hydrogen and oxygen and shove them together. Hello, my friend. Hello, welcome. Welcome. How much is oil right now? Let's look and see. How much do you have? Let us see what you have right now. Oh, look, you have a problem. Your oil wells. So sad. We jacked the price up. I feel very badly for you. So badly for you. I lowered the price. Oh, it's back. Look at your money, look at your money, look at your money. Where's your money? Where's your money? Where's your money? Where's your money? Look at the money right now. Look at the money. Where's the money? Am I going over here? I put the money over here. Where's it? In my yacht. Too bad. Let's look over here. Look over here. Look at the money going out here. There, the sheik has died. The sheik has died. But there's another sheik. Oh, hide and sheik, hide and sheik. Remember, the big weapons, the huge weapons, the ones that really can do us in, are not in the hands of us. Something much bigger. Whether you believe in intelligent design or just a guy named Phil who's pissed. It has been good that we have gathered all the members of the Inuit people on the last piece of ice. We are here today to say the plans for the casino have been called off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wanda Sykes.
thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, very nice, very nice. Thank you, thank you. This is a good showing up here. It's a good cause, because, you know, this is something that we have to take care of. You know, we can't depend on our government to take care of this. This is something that we have to do. I mean, can't depend on our government. I mean, our government, this is the same group of people that sent 3 cruise ships down to house the victims of the Katrina hurricane. Yeah, 3 cruise ships. And then they were wondering why the evacuees did not want to get on the cruise ship. I'm like, these people have been floating around in water for the last 7 days. You want to put their ass back out in the ocean? In the middle of hurricane season? And, you know, a majority of them, they're my people, you know, and black people, I ain't gonna lie, we don't trust cruise ships much, you know. That last voyage was a bitch, so, you know, we don't. See, you can't depend on the government to do it. Because first of all, the government, they don't have the money. We don't have the money. The government is broke. We are deep. We are like MC Hammer broke. That's how broke the government is right now. And it's scary because we hit a record high deficit last week. The biggest deficit ever. And they asked the president how did he feel about it. He said it was bothersome. Bothersome is having a damn rock in your shoe. That's bothersome. So, you know, global warming don't mean a damn thing to him, you know. So we really got to work on this, man. And like I said, we don't have the money. And, you know, and it's too big. It's too big of a problem to let the government do it. We have to do it. You know, the government, they still can't fix Social Security. You know, can't fix, Medicare, Medicaid, that's all messed up. You got old people out here can't afford their medicines, and that's scary, you know, because I have older aunts and uncles, so I have to keep an eye on them. You know, I make sure they have their medicines, because I don't want to go home and see my aunt out on the corner tricking for her medicines, you know. Tickle your balls for an anti-inflammatory. Come on, knot it up here, come on. Can't do it. And so, yeah, Social Security, you know, the government, they come up with the plan. It was like, oh, Bush said we should privatize Social Security. That's what the president's idea was. He's like, the American people, they know what to do with their money more so than we know what to do with. And this just shows you that the president has no idea who the American people are and what we do. You can't trust the American people with their own money. Last year alone, the American people spent $48 billion in lottery tickets. You can't trust us with our money. People are like, oh, so how you planning for your retirement? Oh, I play Powerball, you know. Bet the kids' birthdays. What are you gonna do when you turn 65? I'm going to Vegas and just gonna let it ride. You guys been great. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Global warming. What are the facts? To get some straight answers, this reporter unfortunately came to Washington, D.C. Yes, under this dome, I interviewed 4 prominent, obscure Republican congressmen. Their heads filled with talking points, their bellies filled with pure grain alcohol.
Well, the way we look at it is that sometimes the liberals overreact on things. The sky's always falling, or in this case, heating up.
So you think there are some extremists?
We got to follow good science, not junk science.
Right.
And I think rather than committing ourselves to huge amounts of money, we ought to know what we're talking about.
Global warming, I think, maybe it was made up by overeager scientists, the same scientists maybe that made up things like evolution and gravity. Cuckoo, right? Who's with me? Now, you guys call it climate change, right? Because global warming, that's icky, right?
The climate gets warmer, it gets cooler, and we've got 2 million years of history that demonstrate
It's true, there have been other periods of temperature change. For example, you got elected and hell froze over.
Well, the issue is, what is it that man is doing? And that's where we say we want sound science. We want to know that whatever remedies that we produce out of Congress are actually going to work.
Good answers, very good. I see Karl Rove has trained you well. Tell me, does he use treats or a rolled-up newspaper? You should support global warming with that hair. All the aerosol you use has probably heated up Alaska by now. Now, sound
You
science.
go back on the high plane.
No, you made the
Sound
point.
science.
There's no sound science that absolutely confirms global warming. We really need to have some kind of overwhelming evidence. Don't you think? Something like maybe a city underwater? Something like that.
Hurricane cycles are natural. They've happened for all of human history recordation. The bottom line is they'll continue to be cycles.
Yeah, but you're from Florida, right?
That's right.
Come on. Florida's had more evacuations than the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Would you be in favor of more hybrid cars?
Absolutely.
But not to regulate, not to
As
force.
Republicans, we want to provide them an incentive.
Not command and control.
Not command and control.
That's the difference between us.
Well, what if the cars could be made by Halliburton? Then would you?
Well, we like to get bids when we buy cars.
If all the science comes in and global warming is proven to be true, how will you hold Saddam responsible?
Well, I'm sure he'll be connected to it some way.
Coming up, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Will Ferrell, and a performance by Tim McGraw when Earth to America continues.
Punch 88188-SGW and join the virtual march to stop global warming.
And now a special address from the President of the United States on global warming.
Hello, America. It's me, your president, your commander-in-chief of the world. And I'm here at my ranch here in Crawford, Texas, just taking a little R&R, relaxing, growing out my soul patch, playing a little frisbee golf with Condi Rice and Dick Cheney, having a good time, but still keeping my eye on the ball. And there's an issue that has come to my attention, the issue of the so-called global warmings that are happening on our planet. For centuries, the rays of the sun have warmed the surface of our Earth's crust. And apparently those rays are intensifying in such a way that it's increasing lava flows. And
Cut.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Global warming is an issue that my administration is very concerned about, deeply in a deep kind of concerned way. It's I start my day and I think about the warming of the globe and how we can get it warmer.
Cut.
Rest assured that the issue of global warming is something that my administration takes very seriously. Not right now, Condi. We'll play later. I'm sure by now you've all heard what liberal scientists are trying to say. It seems that liberals and godless tax raisers are trying to make me look bad by using such things as facts and scientific data.
Cut.
What?
Mr. President, you can't say they're using facts.
Right.
Because facts are real, they're not disputed.
How do you know that? What kind of book is this? Jeez! Why didn't you tell me it was a pop-up book? Those things scare the crap out of me.
I don't think that's the kind of science book we're looking for. We're talking about global
Well,
warming.
what kind of science book would you suggest?
There's a lot of books.
One filled with facts, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. I bet you'd like that. When you think back to biblical times, when Adam and Eve talk to that snake 6,000 years ago when the world was created. It was hot back then, too. Why do you think Adam and Eve were naked? See what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. You know, you didn't hear Adam and Eve running around talking about emission standards or hybrid cars. In fact, Adam and Eve drove an excursion.
Cut.
Let's talk about something that really matters, like keeping steroids out of T-ball.
Cut.
I think the polar ice caps suck. Who cares about having a place where a bunch of penguins can have an orgy?
Cut.
Global warming, don't worry about it. We got a beat on this thing. We're gonna, we just need to get nature to cooperate with us. We don't need to listen to nature. Nature needs to listen to us.
Cut.
Mr. President, you asked me to tell you when the Rangers game's on. It's on right now.
What inning is it? Better not be past the third inning.
We now return to your regularly scheduled program.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tim McGraw.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. What we're here to talk about is not about sacrifices, it's about making changes.
Six lanes, tail lights, red ants marching into the night. They disappear to the left and right again. Another supper from a sack, a 99-cent heart attack. Got a pounding head and an aching back, and the camel's buried in a big straw stack. I'm gonna live where the green grass grows, watch my corn pop up in rows. Every night be tucked in close to you. Raise our kids where the good Lord's blessed. Point our rocking chairs towards the west. And our dreams where the peaceful river flows, where the green grass grows. I'm from a map dot, a stop sign on a black top. I caught the first bus I could hop from there. But all of this glitter is getting dark. There's concrete growing in the city park. I don't know who my neighbors are. There's bars on the corners and bars on my heart. I'm gonna live where the green grass grows, watch my corn pop up in rows. Every night be tucked in close to you. Raise our kids where the good Lord's blessed. Point our rocking chairs towards the west. Plant our dreams where the peaceful river flows, where the green grass grows. Gonna live where the green grass grows, watch my corn pop up in rows. Every night be tucked in close to you. Raise our kids where the good Lord's blessed. Point our rocking chairs towards the west. And plant our dreams where the peaceful river flows. Oh, where the green grass grows. Preach on, brother. Thank you.
Up next, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Martin Short, and Leonardo DiCaprio on Earth to America. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Good evening. It is such a privilege for me to be here in Las Vegas to introduce our next guest. More than a privilege, it's a coup. You have no idea the list of babes I beat out for this gig. You see, as a celebrity, I am, of course, obsessed with myself and care very little for other people. A few years ago, as you probably know, charities and do-good causes got very, very hot. Realizing that I wasn't connected to any cause or charity of any kind, I frankly panicked. My representatives and I made desperate attempts to be linked in the press with something, anything, some African thing. Hurricane relief. Save the penguins, whatever. I even tried getting political. It was all a disaster. So finally, after firing all of my representatives, I settled on the environment. Perfect. There's an environment almost everywhere you go. If I could get people to think environment, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, well, hello, Mr. Oscar. It was decided I would become an environmental activist, but it turns out that real environmental activism is frankly a crap load of work. No way was I gonna do that. So then we came up with the idea of introducing an environmental activist. And not just any environmental activist, the best environmental activist of them all, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's the senior attorney for the most effective environmental organization in the country, the Natural Resources Defense Council. This is a guy that you will never forget. And more importantly, you'll never forget who introduced him. Ladies and gentlemen, it really is a great honor and privilege for me to introduce to you a real-life hero, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Thank you so much, Julia. In my capacity as an attorney for the Natural Resources Defense Council, I had the opportunity recently to discuss global warming with a well-known industry lobbyist from the fossil fuel industry, and this clip will show you what we're up against. The 2,000 top scientists from 100 nations around the world have now declared the international consensus that global warming exists, that we are causing it, and that the impacts are going to be catastrophic. So what are you saying? Did you know that since 1988, we've had the 9 hottest years on record?
I know that. You don't think I know that? I represent the oil companies. I would be very aware of that.
Did you know that your oil industry clients receive $65 billion a year in taxpayer-funded subsidies from our federal government?
Of course I know that. But we give a lot of that money back to congressmen and to the White House.
You know, scientists are predicting this year for the first time that the East Antarctic ice sheet and the Greenland ice sheet may break off. If that happens, Mr. Thurm, Manhattan Island will be under 12 feet of water.
I mean, listen, I like Manhattan, but it's filthy. It's a filthy city. I don't think we can deny that, with a severe rat problem. Also, the theater scene in Manhattan is far from superb. Endless musicals. Most men don't like musicals, Bobby.
England's top scientist, Dr. David King, has recently said that global warming poses a greater threat to national security and to international stability than terrorism.
Well, he would say that. He's a scientist.
Well, it's your companies and your industry that is financing all these phony think tanks on Capitol Hill.
You're not financing all these phony
with these
think tanks.
phony scientists who are trying to deceive the American people by proclaiming that global warming
But
doesn't
you're just
exist.
saying this. This is just something you're saying.
I have it right here on
No,
papers.
you're not letting me finish. See, you're interrupting me.
No,
Every time I try to make a statement, yes, you do. This is what's called the liberal tactic.
I'm not interrupting you.
Yes, you are. You just did it again.
Every
time Can I say something? Can I speak?
Mr. Thurm, these are your own tax returns from your industry, from your company.
What do you have on your paper? Let me see this.
I have your own.
Let me see.
As you can see, my interview with Mr. Thurm was mysteriously cut short. I want to thank all of the performers tonight who have volunteered their time to call your attention to a very serious issue. There is no longer any legitimate scientific dispute that global warming is upon us, that we are causing it, and that its impacts will be catastrophic. The good news is that we have the technology today, right now, to avert its gravest consequences. To stop global warming, America needs to reduce our emissions by 70% over the next 40 years. But all the steps that we need to do to take now to avert catastrophic climate chaos are things we ought to be doing anyway to create jobs and prosperity, to make our country more competitive, to improve national security, and to safeguard America's health and our values. If we make our cars more fuel efficient by 1 mile per gallon, we can generate more oil than is in 2 Arctic national wildlife refuges. If we raise fuel economy by 8 miles per gallon, we can produce more oil than we're now importing from the Persian Gulf. You can achieve that 70% reduction in your own lives today, just by doing little things like driving a hybrid car or making a few small changes in your home, like installing compact fluorescent light bulbs or using Energy Star appliances. And you'll save yourself a bundle for your family in the process. If you vote for a politician, no matter what party, who has a strong and deep commitment to reducing CO2, you might even change the world. We can all start now by joining the virtual march at stopglobalwarming.org and send a message to Washington that American citizens want their representatives to start solving this problem now. We're not battling global warming for the sake of the fishes and the birds, but for our own sake, and because we recognize that we have a moral obligation to make this effort for our children. Thank you very much.
A few years ago, 156 countries vowed to fight global warming by ratifying the Kyoto Protocol. One man, Seattle Mayor Greg Nichols, decided that his city would do what the U.S. would not. Take the lead to reduce carbon dioxide in his community. Mayor Nichols then convinced another mayor to join him, and then another, and another. And now the power of one has turned into the power of 187 mayors across 38 states. What about your city? If it's not on this list, call your mayor so that one by one, city by city, state by state, and country by country, we can change the destructive course we're on and save this great blue planet for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everybody. Join the virtual march by visiting stopglobalwarming.org on the internet. Good night. You've been a great audience.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, check out the comedy event of the year. See Ray Romano, Tom Hanks, and many more in Earth to America. And later tonight, see the uncut version of Earth to America on demand. Go to AOL.com/comedy.